If you're a Gen X man, there's a good chance you've felt this at some point. You look at your life, and on paper, it looks fine. You've worked hard, you've handled your responsibilities, you've done what you're supposed to do. But there's this quiet feeling, like something doesn't quite add up. It's like somewhere along the way, you lost track of yourself. I think part of this goes back to how we were raised. Gen X grew up in a very specific environment. We were taught, handle it yourself, don't complain, figure it out. A lot of us grew up more independent than we probably should have been. When we came home to empty houses, we learned to take care of things early. We didn't have a lot of space to talk about how we felt, so we didn't. We just kept moving forward. And then we carried that mindset into adulthood. We became reliable, responsible, self-sufficient. We built careers, we raised families, we showed up. But here's the thing. We got really good at taking care of everything and everyone else, and not very good at checking in with ourselves. Now here we are, in our 40s and 50s, some of us in our 60s, and for the first time, things start to slow down just enough for you to notice something. There's space now, space you didn't have before. And in that space, you start realizing you spent most of your life doing what needed to be done, but maybe not asking what you actually wanted. I think this hits Gen X men in a very specific way because we weren't really taught to talk about emotions, explore identity, or question direction. We were taught to handle it and move on. So when this feeling of being lost shows up, we don't have a framework for it. We don't sit down and say, I think I'm going through a transition. We just think, what's wrong with me? But here's what I've started to realize. There are a lot of men our age walking around with the same feeling. They're functioning, they're working, they're showing up. But internally, they feel disconnected, not from their responsibilities, but from themselves. Nobody really taught us how to do this part of life. The earlier stages were clear. Get a job, build a life, take care of people. But this stage, where things start to shift, where you start asking deeper questions, where identity becomes less about roles and more about meaning, we didn't get a roadmap for that. So instead of seeing this as being lost, I think it might be something else. I think it might be the first time in your life where you're actually being asked to define yourself, not based on responsibility or expectation, but based on intention. If you're a Gen X man and you've been feeling this way, that quiet sense that something is missing or changing, you're not alone and you're not broken. You haven't done anything wrong. You've just reached a point in your life that nobody really prepared you for. But maybe this isn't about being lost. Maybe it's about finally having the chance to decide who you want to be now. If you're a Gen X man and you've been feeling this, that quiet sense that something is missing or changing or off, you're not alone. You're not broken, and you haven't done anything wrong. You just reached a point in life that nobody really prepared you for. I know I wasn't prepared for it. But maybe this isn't about being lost. Maybe it's about finally having the chance to decide who you want to be now. I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. I hope to keep churning these out. And if I'm able to do that, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care.